Mother Tabea is seen here after the war at age 46. She was born March 25, 1915, during the First World War that lasted from the 28th of July, 1914 to the 11th of November, 1918. She had a heart problem and should have died at the age of 21, said the doctors. She brought 2 children into the world, and then she brought 2 children through the terror of war. And then she provided for them despite great poverty for 17 years. My mother had been brought up as a princess. She was part of a wealthy family, and she was denied to work, to learn what to do. She was denied to do a job. She had servants. She was treated as a princess. The only thing she was allowed was to learn knitting, and that is what saved the life of 2 children. She started washing clothes for the soldiers to earn some money to keep her children alive. She knitted sweaters with Norwegian snowflakes and deer antlers and so on. At times, she and her children went into the woods to find berries and anything edible. She made all of the children's clothes, and she sewed remnants together that we would wear. We were the laughing stock in school very often. We were refugee children. But because of her sacrifice and God helping her, we lived. She learned to know God and His Son Jesus later in life. Here's Tabea's daughter, Sigrid. You saw her as a small girl. She was born in 1941. Sigrid here is 20 years old, and she could have won a Miss Germany beauty contest. Sigrid dedicated her life to raising her son and later to take full-time care of Mother Tabea. Tabea's son Edgar was born in 1942. Here he's 19 years old and about to leave for Canada. You see, his mother Tabea was now receiving a pension. The documents from the house on the farm in East Germany that she had saved in that little carriage that you saw were accepted as proof of loss by the German government during an economic miracle in 1959 and 1960. They gave Mother Tabea a lifetime pension in 1961. Edgar had started to work at the age of 14 to help to provide for the family. He never finished school. He had 7.5 grade in public school and no trade. He had learned nothing else, but he could now leave and try and start a new life. In this picture, Mother Tabea here is celebrating her 80th birthday in Dusseldorf, Germany. Tributes for a life were extended to her. She had realized that all was done by the mercies of God, and he had saved her and her children for a purpose. Tobia's son had gone to Canada with this grade 7.5 public school, no English and no trade. He learned English in a government school, and he learned it well. And he actually won a competition, a writing competition later on, where the first prize was to make a speech before the Queen of England in the 1960s. However, the Queen got overwhelmed with her horse races. She didn't come to hear my speech, but she sent the Governor General and some people from the House of Lords. I'm sorry, I don't remember their names. But God helped me, and then I put an ad in the newspapers for students from the University of Toronto to tutor me. 2 Chinese students from the Mao Zedong area had come to Canada, to the University of Toronto, and Mao Zedong demanded that they earned their money to live as did the peasants back in China. They had to work. So they became my tutors at $1 an hour. And then later on, I was able, with God's help, to learn and enter the University of Toronto and finish there. I also received one of the earliest computer degrees from Ryerson University. Later, Edgar taught business at the University of Toronto. In the picture you see here, he's running a 900 million sales corporation from Frankfurt in Germany for a few years.